Where's the thingamajiggamajudge? Oh, come on. Where is it? What? I didn't bring it upstairs. I'm done. I was looking for a thing that was sitting right next to my computer. Oh, jeez. That was fine. I am moving the computer way back because I actually printed off a bunch of stuff. I'm actually going to study this for this test on paper instead of on the computer. That was funny. So, and he kind of said that you'd be in good shape, or something positive about the fact about studying the second case, which is way shorter. So I'm going to take that and just study Browntown quite a bit here. Oh, great. No, I don't need that one. No, that's I don't need that one. Oil fund. Okay, so I just took it at this. And it was so fun dealing with the printer this morning. It wouldn't print in cool. First of all, it wouldn't print in color, but I had already had that problem the day before and just decided to ignore it. And then today, it randomly decided it wasn't going to automatically print on both sides. You had to manually put the paper back in, which is stupid because it was working before. I will ignore Blue County at first and just do Browntown. And of course, the printer was stupid, and I had it set to 2 pages, and then for randomly one of them, it did not print on both sides. Even though I had it set to print on both sides. That was funny! So what I need for this, well, I need... Oh, and this is the one where I didn't even need to write down all this stuff. I spent a million years labeling every single answer because he literally didn't put the numbers for the answers. He just put all the answers without labeling the answers. But I'm not even going to be studying that part right now. I'm studying Browntown. We have... Do I have these out of order? No. We have Fire Station Fund, and we have Oil Fund. And also... It'd be nice if they labeled what types of fund it was. That was funny. Are both of these enterprise funds? Wait. Are they both enterprise funds? No, there's capital outlays. When? Because I thought capital outlays was inherently not something you did in I mean, you still do. I don't understand any of this. I don't understand. Man. Why would you undo that one? Is it because of closing entry, you get rid of the revenue? And get rid of the expenses? I'm trying to get a clue. How are we supposed to distinguish different? Is it not just? I don't have a clue. Dang it. Well, that's. Well, I'm gonna. Well, let's read the direction and see if I can get any kind of clue about what type of fund or whatever. I thought I was just supposed to distinguish between just stuff that uses full accrual or modified accrual. But I feel like they both. Because I feel like if you see a bunch of stuff that you do in normal accounting, therefore it's full accrual. But then I thought stuff like expenditures and fund balance was like modified accrual. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I sound like somebody who has not studied for this class at all until 2 days before the test. I wonder if this could be helpful. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Wait a minute. Well, yeah, this is something. I know about this, but I know there's all these types of funds. I guess do I need to classify these types of funds? But I thought I didn't really need to because basically most of them are all use modified accrual except for enterprise funds. Or maybe not. Wait. Or because there's the funds chart states something about how you only literally only 2 things use full accrual, which is proprietary funds. Oh, great. Wait, proprietary. Okay, I really should not be getting this confused. Enterprise funds, see right here, and then internal service fund. But the internal service fund still. And then we have general fund, special revenue fund, capital project fund, debt service fund, and permanent fund. And they all have governmental, or they all use modified accrual. That's funny. And fiduciary, I don't think we're even doing fiduciary funds. We're not even doing this, right? He's kind of just skipped over this one. We're enterprise fund, business type activity, governmental activities, modified accrual basis to accrual basis conversion, which I kind of studied that yesterday anyways. Like, this whole process, I literally spent the entire day on yesterday, right? And then, is there anything I need to know from this? Well, obviously, I'm probably going to study this stuff, actually, for the first part of the test. Oh no, this might be important to know all this stuff. Gosh, there's 15 slides of information. And is this going to help me with the journal entries? It says unassigned fund balance, residual positive balance in the general fund, residual negative balance in all funds. Wait a minute. This could actually... Oh, this could help. This could totally help. Because it's journal entries here. Problem 1. Well, I'm probably going to need to study this thing. Gosh. Okay, so cash, supplies, accounts payable. I mean, the first 3, they literally just put them in. And then, how on earth did this end up as the same number as this? That cannot be a coincidence. Because you cannot spend supplies. Right? You can't spend supplies, therefore it counts as non-spendable. And then committed. Jeez. Oh, jeez. I barely understand this. In fact, I probably don't understand it. They didn't divide this up into multiple things. Oh wait, yeah, they did. There's lots of stuff. What does this even mean? Acquire supplies. Supplies payable. I have some kind of weird feeling Wait a minute. So I have a feeling that this means you're increasing non-spendable fund balance and decreasing the unassigned fund balance. And then they consume this much supplies in all these categories. So expenditures and your supplies decreased and you increase, and in regular accounting it'd be supplies expense, but they call this expenditures, general operations, expenditures, public safety, expenditures, education, and then non-spendable decreased by that amount and unassigned increased by that amount. Jeez. And then the end one was during the year paid this much in cash for these supplies. So, well, what? Wait a minute. Okay. Because we started out with accounts payable this much. Don't understand. So, non-spendable would include inventory items, prepaid items, long-term receivables, and property for resale. Restricted. They actually used committed at some point here. I'm not going to understand this at all. All of the how on earth am I going to find all this stuff in the book anyways? It's 9 chapters I have to look through. I was reading chapter 2 and then I gave up like 2 days ago. I was reading this. Well, yes. I think I might need to know this because most departmental operating activities, such as those of police and fire, public works, culture and recreation, education, and social services, as well as general government support services, such as the city manager's office, finance, personnel, and data processing, are typically recorded in the general fund. What? Wait a minute. Yeah, but we have. It literally is called Fire Station Fund. It literally is called the Fire Station Fund. Well, I mean, wouldn't the Fire Station Fund be a capital project? economic resources such as land, buildings, and equipment utilized in fund operations are not recorded by these funds. Do not record long-term liabilities. I mean, that I wasn't actually planning to be doing all this reading, but I kind of feel like I need to understand stuff. That was dude, on a couple of them, he literally just put transfers out. I mean, he just shortened it to transfers out. Additional illustrative journal entries are provided. Chapter 4. Okay, so I'm gonna completely skip the budgeted stuff. I wonder if he's gonna have any test questions about it. Oh, geez. Oh, look at this. Is this important to read? Maybe I'll just read the beginning of this one first to see if I can get any clue as to what I'm actually supposed to be studying right now. Oh, great. Oh, I hope this isn't important. Great. Wait a minute. Because, like, dude. Capital outlays. Hey. What the heck? The capital outlays are in both of these. Oh my goodness gracious. I remember actually kind of studying this once. Dude. Budgetary. I'm just going to skip it. Right. Completely skip it. Dang, that was chapter 3. Chapter 3. Dude, why was she saying that chapter 4 was the general fund? It doesn't specifically say that. Great. I'm going to skip to where they actually start doing the journal entries here. And of course, it's so hilarious how we're not doing this. Dude, what if some students just do the dual method on the test because that's what the textbook teaches? I mean, if it's the dual is just you're doing both full accrual and modified accrual. Or you're doing both the government-wide and the fund level or whatever it is. So, but we only need to focus on the fund level on the test. The budget? Oh no. Dude, the textbook literally talks about what the professor said. That's what I'm doing on the test. That's literally what we're doing as a major part of the test. The authors believe that the reclassification approach is deficient in the sense that the general ledger accounts do not provide all the information needed to prepare government-wide financial statements. Guys, you do realize that literally. Like, it's probably, I don't know what the percentage is. He made it sound like 99% of governments don't do that. Or they don't do the dual track thingy. Why would they do this? They literally do something that almost nobody does. Like, they think it's better, but nobody does it. Facilitate the ease of learning. Oh my goodness. Like, what the heck is this journal entry? Wait a minute. Wait, general and subsidiary. What on earth? What on earth? Wait a minute. And then these encumbrances. Okay, wait a minute. Not all of this is going to be excluded here. Oh my gosh. And now we're getting to just really specific stuff here. Okay, I guess I'll just try to do this now. And try to make sense of it. Like, the problem is that different funds are going to be treated differently, and I don't even know how to distinguish that, or how to identify how to treat specific things. That's funny. And like, I don't even know what type of fund it is. Is it a capital project? I think it is. Like, do I have to look at the chapter on capital project? Like, how is it different? How is the accounting different for each different type? These are the questions one asks when one has not studied the material at all. So the idea of trying to do this without reading the textbook was probably a bad idea. I mean, isn't it? I mean, if really all we have to do is distinguish between enterprise funds and literally every other type of fund, like, is that all we need to do, or is there some kind of specific differences between the different types of governmental funds? Like, is there some kind of difference in treatment between a capital project fund and what, debt service fund? Well, yeah, because there's like certain fund. There was literally a problem where there were 5 questions, and 4 out of the 5 did not require a journal entry. So obviously that's different. Please let me understand this. At least I now have it on 2 pieces of paper that are directly in front of me instead of having to switch between windows constantly. So, I kind of already read this. Require the accumulation of all resources for all payments of general obligation, long-term debt, principal and interest from a debt service fund, and I don't know what that means, and require the establishment of a dedicated property tax levy to repay these obligations. To finance the construction of Browntown Fire Station. The citizens of Browntown voted to issue $24,000 in regular 3% serial bonds at par last year. The bonds call for semi-annual principal payments of $800,000 with interest due on November 1st and May 1st each year in accordance with state law Browntown's voters also authorized a property tax levy to make the debt service payments. The first debt service payment due is on November 1st of this fiscal year. The following events occurred during the fiscal year. And guess how many of these questions I have to go through? I mean, that wasn't even a question. That was just the introduction to all the questions. And this particular one has 7 questions. Does it? Yeah. Right? That's it. It's just 7 questions for this first one. And let me show you how many questions I have to do today, if I even get to all of them. I think it's 63. Yes, 63. 63 questions. 63. And a lot of this is just going to be memorization of the answers because of the fact that I don't know how it works. So, at the beginning of the fiscal year, maybe I should, what I'll do is cover up the answer so I can maybe try to guess what the answer is going to be. Anyways. Oh no. Is my computer not going to go back far enough? Are you kidding me? The lamp is in the way. I never even used this lamp. Why is it even here? And also a bunch of stuff is also in the way. That's funny. Oh. Dude, there's a calculator here. Can I even push this back? Back. Okay. Now my computer is so far back I can barely reach it. Oh, never mind. Performed all of the legal requirements to establish a general property tax levy for $2,500,000. Is this going to be property tax? Okay, so it's not going to be... It's got to be like property tax receivable or property tax revenue. And, well, yeah, I kind of peeked at the answer beforehand because I saw that the uncollectible amount is actually recorded. So anyways, let me just... Okay, it's probably a bad idea to try to guess the answers if I'm just going to guess it wrong. I literally guessed it 100% correctly just now because I had already seen it, but still. I've seen all this stuff one time, and that was in class, and when we did it in class, he would put the questions up on the projector, and then he would let all the students try to solve the question. And every single question, almost, I basically did not know how to do it, so I just sat there staring at the screen the whole time. And then whenever he came around and asked me how I was doing, I would have to come up with stuff. I would say, well, most of the time I would just say I'm doing fine, and then occasionally, actually pretty often, he would ask me how are your journal entries coming along, and well, I'd kind of have to basically say I have not written anything most of the time. That was fun. Property taxes receivable, property tax revenue. Okay, by October 31st. So this is how far into the year? This is literally halfway through the year. This much was collected in cash from the property tax levy. Oh yeah, I remember doing this. I mean, some of this is pretty simple. It's like, oh, you collected cash, therefore increase cash. And also, so it's going to be 2 journal entries: collection of the cash and transfer it to the fiscal agent, whatever that means. What the heck? Fiscal agent? What is that? So, I mean, cash, and then what would be the difference? I mean, in normal accounting, it would be, well, no, this is a tax. You don't have taxes in normal accounting. So, wouldn't you just do, you can increase cash and then decrease property taxes receivable? Or no, do you increase, no, you already recorded the revenue, so you just decrease property tax receivable and then transfer it to the fiscal agent. And I remember doing that in class, but I don't remember. Okay, let's just look at the answer now. Okay, so first we have, also it's super tiny text because I tried to fit all the answers on one page. So cash and property taxes receivable, I was thankfully correct on that. And then, so we already know that you decrease the cash because you're sending it to somebody. Sending it to the fiscal agent, and then it's actually going to be, it's basically you just reclassifying the cash as restricted cash. Fiscal agent, 3. Also, I might literally just go over every single question once and then take the test. Because I can't afford to not study anything because if I don't study something and then that's the thing that's on the test, then I'm completely screwed. The way he's going to do it, he's going to just choose one thing to be on the test. Didn't he say that? He said there's only going to be one fun. Three, on October 31st, the town council approved an interfund loan for $80,000 from the general fund to address delayed cash flows. So first of all, you received the cash. Does that count as a transfer in? Let me just see. No, it's not. Because you didn't even receive the cash yet. What? What does that even mean? Wait a minute. The reason is because it's a loan. It's not just like you never have to repay it. You have to repay it at some point, so therefore it's a loan. So it's due to general fund. Like in normal accounting, you would say something payable, but in this, apparently, you say due to general fund. Ooh. And then transfer the cash to the fiscal agent. Well, don't you just do the same things before? Restricted cash, fiscal agent, cash. Yes. That's good. Yes. And then 4. The fiscal agent reported it had paid bondholders $360,000 for interest due and $800,000 for bonds maturing. Oh, I accidentally showed it. Dang it. Please tell me that you just do 360 and 800,000. Thank goodness. It's actually, yeah, and then you combine it into one thing. Okay, so what is, I saw its expenditures. Gosh dang it. But I'm trying to think about logically what it's going to be instead of just like memorizing it by rote memorization because like if I can logically think about why that's the answer, then I don't really have to memorize. I just have to think about it logically, and then when I see it on the test, that was fine. Well, wouldn't it just be cash? Restricted cash is decreased? Yes, it is. The restricted cash fiscal agent credited, and then the expenditures. Okay, I'm just looking at the answer. Bond principal, bond interest, expenditures, bond principal, expenditures, bond interest. Number 5. Oh no. By December 1. How much time have I spent so far? About 1 hour. It's funny how I spent 1 hour and I didn't even start looking at the. Why am I doing my queue? Doing my queue. Yeah, I'm doing a queue. I didn't even start looking at the questions until almost probably 45 minutes in because I was trying to figure out the thing where you're supposed to figure out what type of fund it is. Maybe that was pointless. I can't be too cute. Okay. Oh my gosh. December 1. An additional $80,000 was collected on the property tax levy, and subsequently the interfund loan was repaid to the general fund. First of all, you collect cash. Cash increase, and the other thing that happens is decrease the property tax receivable. Property taxes receivable. Thankfully, it will be drop down menus, so I won't have to know the exact names, just the general names. The other thing is repay the loan. So therefore, you decrease cash, obviously, and then due to general fund is got to be the other one. Ha! I got it right. I'm actually getting some of this stuff right. Good. That's fine. Maybe I'm not completely screwed. That was funny. And honestly, I technically have a chance to still pass the class even if I get less than 50% on this test because of the extra credit. But the problem is I don't know if I'm going to even be able to complete it because I only have 4 days to complete the extra credit. If I start Thursday, it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5 days to complete all that one project. Cool. By April 30th, an additional $1.165 was collected in cash from the property tax levy. First of all, that's easy. You do increase cash and decrease property taxes receivable. Next, you do this much cash was transferred to the fiscal agent to pay bondholders. This much for interest and, well, first of all, transfer to the fiscal agent, right? It's easy. Increase restricted cash fiscal agent, decrease cash. Easy. Then we already did this part. We pay the interest in the bond. So expenditures, bond interest, or bond principal expenditure, bond interest, and credit restricted cash fiscal agent. No! Come on! This is literally... Gosh. How is this different? How is this different? This is the exact same thing that happened before. What the heck is this? How is this different? When they paid the previous one, it literally decreased restricted cash fiscal agent. How is this even possible that it doesn't do that this time? What? What on earth? What? And this doesn't even match what we did. 1.08 million. Where's the 1.08 million in the T account? What? Is it because... What? This makes absolutely no sense. What is the difference between what just happened and what happened before? It acts as if you haven't paid it yet. Why would you increase the payable when you literally just paid it? It says... Does it imply that they didn't actually pay it? They just transferred it to the thing? Because it hasn't been paid yet, because it's going to be paid the next day. I think that's the difference. That's the difference. Bonds payable, bond interest payable. Because the first time it happened, it says they literally paid it on November 1st. But the payment for the interest and the payment is not going to happen on April 30th. It's going to happen on May 1st. So therefore, it doesn't count as a payment yet. It is estimated that outstanding... Is that the next? Yeah. Excellent, I saw it properly. Okay, it is estimated that the outstanding taxes receivable at April 30th will be collected at a rate of $500 per day until all expected amounts have been collected. So this is one of the few ones that require some extra math. And I might have to just save it for later because I just don't have time. And also the closing balance. I'll probably might want to save it for later as well. Maybe I'll just put a star next to it. And of course, I actually do have some pens here. A pen. Maybe I'll just look at the closing balance and see if I can understand it. I mean, closing entry. There's 70,000 here. Can I figure out where they got the 70,000? Like 70,000 divided by 500. Is that divided by 6? No. Because 500. Okay, dude, just do it. Where's my phone? Did I leave my phone in the bathroom accidentally? Wow. Just need to figure out how you get the 70,000 there. So we're going to see how it divides into 500 and 140. So does that number mean anything? Because isn't it basically that don't you figure out how many days it will take to collect it for 60 days or something? Because I got 140. What is that? How did you get 70,000? Now, unfortunately, I don't think he actually shows the calculations in Excel. I mean, I could look, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. No, that doesn't make sense. It won't have collected all the amounts yet. We have to figure out how much is left, how much of the tax is left. What's the expected amount to be collected? Well, they expected to collect. Okay, they expected to collect $2,425,000. I think I actually did this calculation in class. Wait, let me just look and see if he has it on here. Nope, it just says 70,000. Can I figure it out from that? No, I don't think so. I mean, does he have calculations over here too? No freaking way. Wait a minute. Property tax revenue. No, he just adds up the other T accounts. That's how he gets these numbers. Dude, he did a sum if. Are you serious? He did a sum if. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. I mean, we know this is uncollectible. It might be a bad idea to try to figure this out. I just need to skip it because who knows how many of those types of questions are going to be on the test. I just need to accept the fact that I'm probably not going to be able to get 100%, not even close on this test. So let's just skip that for now, and we can come back if we have time. It's not immediately obvious how you get that number. Although I did do the calculation in class once, so maybe I should look that up. Didn't I? Didn't I do the calculation? For some of the stuff I did. Or maybe that was only in the Blue County problems. Because in the Browntown problems, I may have just given up entirely. Because at that point, I knew he was going to post all the solutions. Although he posts the solutions, he doesn't post the method to get those solutions. For Browntown 1. Oh, here. Yeah, I don't think. Oh, holy crap! Let's go. Never mind. I don't need that. Okay, we got it. We got it. How did I even know to do that? Actually, I think it was because I was trying to look busy, so I was trying to actually solve the problem. But anyways, I got it. Okay, so here's how you get the 70,000. So the difference between this and this, oh no. Okay. So this is the amount that was expected to be collected. G2 minus, and then I figured out how much was how much of it was left over to be collected. It was at this number before. Then they collected a bunch of taxes, and it got down all the way down to this number, which I literally don't know what it is because 100,000. I couldn't tell because without the comma. Like seriously. We have. So they expected to collect this amount of taxes. Then they collected some property taxes here, like in a bunch of previous parts of the questions. So, like they collected some tax here in number 2, 1.08 million. Then they collected 80,000, and then they collected this, and that's how you get to this number. Then what? Then they say that this 100,000 will be collected at a rate of $500 a day. So how much of this amount will be collected? So that's where you multiply 500 by 60 to get this. So of the 100,000 that's the remaining, 30,000 will be collected for the next 2 months. Therefore, the difference between this and this is this. And why do you need the difference between this and this? Beats me. But I at least know how to do it. I mean, if this is okay. So that's decrease the revenue. So like you're kind of assuming that you're collecting the 30,000, and it's automatically currently assuming that you have access to the 100,000, but you're going to consider yourself to have access to only 70,000 of it. Or I mean 30,000 of it. So 70,000 decrease the revenue by that amount, and then deferred inflows. And deferred inflows is kind of in the same category as liabilities. So that means you increase the deferred inflows. Unavailable property taxes, 70,000. So at least know how to do that, I think. I have a star next to it. At this point, I think I'll just get rid of the star because I at least know how to do it. Or at least I saw how to do it here. That was funny. Now, can I figure out the closing entry? And if I can figure that out, then we're done with 7. We're entirely done with this one fund. That was funny. Like, not only are we done with it, but I actually logically understood the entire thing. Now, how do you do closing entries? So the thing is, I think maybe that's why he keeps track of all the T accounts. And what do you need to adjust at the end? I mean, it seems he's just doing 3 adjustments at the end of it. I don't know what they are, what the purpose of them are. Like, how is he doing that? Okay, I see where he gets the 708,000. Expenditures, bond, interest. So I guess maybe you just eliminate the expenditures, because it's kind of like how in closing entries for regular accounting, you get rid of the revenues and expenses. So does that mean in governmental accounting you get rid of the expenditures and revenues? And restricted fund balance. What? Why does restricted fund balance have 2? Oh, never mind. I'm done. Is that just the total? It has negative 47,000 twice for some reason. That's got to be a mistake. Yeah, I think what that is, the 47,000 on the bottom is supposed to be like the final balance of it or something. What? I want to look that up. Browntown Solutions. That was fun. How close are we to the end of this thing? How did I know that was the last one? Dang. I just kind of felt like that was the last one. It was. Okay, so weirdly, okay, I get it now. So the reason he has it twice is because this is going to be this total, but it's weird. He doesn't even put the total for all these. Oh, it's because this ends up being a 0. Do these just all cancel out or something? Like all the ones where he doesn't record a total? I guess. Okay, so can I figure out these closing balances? So basically, do you just like eliminate expenditures and eliminate the revenues? Look at all of your total revenues and total expenditures and eliminate them at the end? Because that's what it seems. Cash. And then here's the kicker. I don't really know how to get the restricted fund balance, or how to determine whether that's a restricted fund balance. I mean, it literally has the name restricted. Wait. Like, is literally the entire fund classified as restricted? It seems that they basically just canceled out all of their expenditures, because the expenditures for bond principal cancels out, bond interest cancels out, and then canceled the property tax revenue to get it to 0. And then the difference was restricted fund balance. Okay, well, that's 7 out of 63. Okay, maybe I'll keep track of how many I've completed. So, completed out of 63. So far, we have 7 completed. Whoops. We have completed 7 out of 63. I guess we'll do remaining. What is 63 minus 7? 56. I went way back to my early days of elementary school for that one. I was like, what's 13 minus 7? 6. I literally just did 3rd grade math or made 3rd grade arithmetic sound difficult. Well, apparently I'm good on this fire station blend. How many funds? Oh, there's only one more fund for the Browntown problem. So we're basically around halfway done with the Browntown problem, which is very good. That was fun. Because we're 7 out of 16 on Browntown. Okay. We just have oil fund thing. And there's also an opening entry in this. Come on. I just love severance taxes. I don't even know what they are. The only thing it says is that it's a derived tax revenue similar to a sales tax. The deposit of all severance taxes into a fund where the severance tax revenues could not be expended and investment earnings on the severance tax revenues can only be used to finance the acquisition of capital assets. I mean, this first paragraph, I'm assuming, is going to be the opening entry. So, well, not the paragraph I just read, the next paragraph. At the beginning of the fiscal year, Browntown had $32,622,000 invested. Is that going to be the first entry here? Oh my gosh, dude! How did that get messed up? Oh wait, I'm dumb. Never mind, I thought it was a mistake. The first one is not the 32 million. Is the 32 million anywhere on here? No, it's not. How? How is it not? 32 million is literally nowhere on this sheet of paper. $27 million represents the prior year's severance taxes. Okay, I see the $27,588,000, and that is the journal entry on that is restricted investments debit 27 million. What even is restricted investments? What is that account? I literally don't know what type of account that is. I mean, isn't an investment an asset? Therefore, you're increasing the asset. So, okay, I'm just looking at the whole opening entry here. So, this represents the prior year's severance taxes. 5 million something represented the prior year's increase in the fair value of Browntown's investments. What did they do with that? They literally just... What? Oh, so I get it. Because in the opening paragraph it says the severance tax revenues could not be expended. So therefore, it's restricted. But investment earnings can only be used to finance the acquisition of capital assets. So somehow they just call it investments instead of restricted investments. It still sounds like it's restricted somehow. Gosh dang it. Are those two things the same thing? The severance tax receivable at year end was this. Okay, so that's the first one they wrote. Severance tax is receivable. And then $55,000 was estimated as uncollectible, so they wrote credited uncollectible severance taxes at $55,000. Browntown collected 1/3 of the estimated remaining collectible portion in cash during each month subsequent to fiscal year end. Ugh. Okay. That's kind of the same thing as the last one where I had to do a bunch of calculations. Gosh dang it, man. I don't feel like doing that right now. I might have to just skip it again. So we have two remaining things that I haven't written yet. What the heck? Dude, there's 5,034 on both sides of the equation in the entry. Why? Okay, do they just classify the investments as restricted fund balance? And restricted investments is classified as non-spendable because that's literally the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my life. You call something restricted and then it's actually not restricted, it's non-spendable, and then the thing that's not called restricted is restricted fund balance. What is that? Is that actually what I'm looking at right now? What? You've got to be kidding me. Where's the extra 1 million that they literally have 27 million and then they have an entry for 28 million. Where did they get that extra million? How? What? I mean, we have deferred inflows. All right, we're just writing a star next to that. Okay. Number 1. Yep, I haven't even gotten to number 1 yet. That was the opening entry. That wasn't even number 1. But that does count as one of these numbers that I wrote on here, at least. Round. I don't even know what type of fund this is. What type of fund? You know what might actually help me on the conceptual questions is to just study the definitions of terms. That might literally get me through most of it. In fact, that could even help me on these entries. Okay, number one is not easy at all because it doesn't give you a dollar amount. Of course. Collected the entire estimated remaining collectible. You know what? I'm going to skip. I'm going to put a star next to it too because I don't feel like doing those calculations. They ended up with 1.5 million again. So here's the thing. They had 1 million of it in non-spendable and 500,000 of it. Okay, so in the severance taxes receivable, they subtracted the uncollectible, so the severance tax, but they didn't record it as revenue. Like, weirdly, in the opening entry, they recorded it as part. They recorded it as part of non-spendable and part of deferred inflows. Like, they literally divided it into two things. I mean, I'd probably be able to figure it out if I worked on it for like a million years, but I'm probably not going to have time. So too bad. Did I write a? I don't even. Did I didn't even give myself space to write a star next to it. Okay, mate, I might be able to. That doesn't require that many calculations because you see, you have severance taxes receivable of 1,555. Subtracts the uncollectible, and you get 1.5 million, and there you go. That's it. That's the entire rest of it. So that's not too bad. So receive the cash, and then decrease the receivable. Severance taxes receivable. So I don't need to put a star next to 1. And you can get that from the opening paragraph because 1/3. Oh wait, let's see, 50. Yeah, they literally told you the numbers 1,555 and 55. That was funny. During this year, severance taxes receivable of $30 million was recognized in Browntown. Okay, so and 300,000 was expected to be uncollectible. Severance taxes receivable $30 million, $300,000 uncollectible. Okay, that's not even the full journal entry though. Oh crap. Like, this is kind of similar to the previous one where you have to do some calculations and stuff. So I might have to skip that again. So first of all, and then what's the difference? So the difference there is going to be called severance taxes revenue. And then they collected this much during the year, so increase the cash, severance taxes receivable. I know how to do all that stuff. And then getting the 2,970,000 requires too many calculations, so I'm probably going to put a star next to it. So it's not the entirety of number 2. I'm just going to put a star next to that specific one. That was funny. But I might be able to figure it out because it's the same exact idea as the last one I did. All cash receipts from severance taxes were invested. So therefore, you decrease cash and increase. Is it investments or restricted investments? Can I figure that out? No, I think it's restricted investments. I got it correct, folks. Wait just a second. How did they get 25 million? They added the 23 million and they added the yeah, because so all the cash receipts the cash receipt from number 1 and the cash receipt from number 2 were combined into 1. And then they reduced the cash for that amount and reclassified it as restricted investments. Right? Because 23,760 plus 1.5 million. Yeah, that's exactly where they got that. Okay. During the fiscal year, Browntown's investments increased in the fair value by this much. And we already did an increase in fair value in one of the other ones. So in the previous one, what they did was they increased investments by that amount, and then it was an opening entry, and they put the 5.034 credit as restricted fund balance. But let's see what they do here. It's almost certain to be different, because of course it is. Oh, I accidentally saw number 5. Dang it. And of course it's not restricted fund balance. Of course it isn't. Like, what the heck is this? It literally says parentheses, increase, decrease, comma, fair value of investments. What? What? I called it, though. I said it wasn't going to be restricted fund balance. On April 1st, this is the beginning of the year, right? For this company. I mean, not company. On April 1st, the Town Council approved entering into a contract to use some of the investment income during this fiscal year and the prior fiscal year to purchase a new fire truck and a new ambulance for $500,000. So you're going to... No entry. I already saw that's no entry. No entry for number 5. Okay then. No. Did I accidentally see 6? April 30th, Browntown received the new fire truck and the new ambulance. And invoices amounting to $500,000 were approved for payment. Does that mean they paid it or not? Gosh. I'm going to just see here. No, they didn't pay it. It says accounts payable. So, capital outlays. Accounts payable. Wait, is that it? And there's a closing entry. Let's study that closing entry, and then we're actually going to be done with. And I'm going to count it as done on the notepad document, even though I have stars next to it. Maybe I'll record the number of stars or something. I don't know. Actually, maybe I'll start keeping a count of the stars. So stars is not going to be stars is going to be counted as one of the completed ones, but it has a star next to it. Therefore, I have to go over it again, or I didn't figure out how to do it, so I just skipped it and just counted it as completed anyways. But anyways, we're not done yet. We have to figure out: are they just going to? Are they canceled out a revenue, and then they canceled out the increase, decrease fair value of investments? Okay. Like, I literally don't know what type of account that is, but they canceled it out, so maybe it counts as something. Like, it counts as some kind of revenue or something. And then they canceled out the capital outlays, and then they have to classify something. What? Okay, wait. The severance taxes revenue counts as non-spendable, and then the entire remaining amount counts as restricted fund balance. I sort of, kind of understand. So they canceled out the increase, decrease, fair value. They canceled out the revenue. They canceled out the capital outlays. And then they classified the remaining amount as non-spendable and restricted. And the amount that was classified as non-spendable was the severance taxes revenue, and that's what they did in the opening. And then the entire remaining amount classifies as restricted fund balance. And can I stop? I'm not going to star that one. I only put a star. Oh, I guess it puts 2 stars there. Did I put a star on the previous one? Yeah, but I then scratched it out because I don't think I understand it. And apparently I'm completely done with Browntown. Except for the fact that I have 2 stars. So should I try to work through those stars, or should I go to the next thing? No, I'm going to go to the next thing. So now we've completed an additional 8. So 8 plus 7. We're going to add 8 to this, getting it to 15, and then we're going to subtract 8 from this, getting it to 48. And there are 2 stars on the... They're both on the oil fund for Browntown. That was funny. And we have not completely finished, but basically finished, because it's possible I might not even get to the stars. Like, I might just completely ignore the stars and just get them wrong on the test because I don't have time. So it's... Browntown. That's it for Browntown. We're going to Blue County. And the first one of Blue County is 17 questions. Are you kidding me? And that particular fund took up, the answers for that took up 3 pages. And then the questions for it took up 4 pages. Well, the 4th page only has 1 question. Still. I'll just start with this first page. Same with this. Let's have only 2 pieces of paper. We are going to start with blue. We are going to on Blue County. According to the notepad document, I have 48 remaining questions, plus an additional 2 questions that I already went over that I don't know how to do. And also, I might forget how to do some stuff, but it's just too bad. Unless I somehow complete all of them and then complete all the stars. And then at that point, I don't know. Would I actually literally do all of the questions, but from memory and try to complete them? Maybe. I don't know. Blue County. Why would you do that? Why would the teacher make it so confusing by making a fiscal year from December 1st to November 30th? Only one vacation day per month? That's so little. Only one sick day per month. I wonder if he's going to choose the general fund for the test. Because, I mean, aren't most transactions in the general fund? Let's say that. and then watch as he chooses a different one for the test, and I spend so much time studying it for nothing. You know what's very funny about this right now? Like, it's very possible that all the studying I've done up to this point has done literally nothing for me because it may just be a fund that I haven't studied yet that he's going to choose. This is the last solve. That was funny. All county transactions not required to be accounted for in another fund are recorded in the county's general fund. Okay, kind of a cheat here, but I'm just going to see if there's any that don't have an entry. It's actually impossible to say because... Or, no, isn't there a part on here where it says no entry? Not on this particular sheet of paper. What about this one? There is literally one where there's no entry, and it's number 17. Okay, let's see here. What is number 17? It's on the other one. It's literally the last one. Okay, so the depreciation has no entry. Yeah, that's obvious. Okay. Because it's modified accrual. That was funny. Oh no, don't look at the answer. Oh, okay, so something that remains open in a contract, that's the second time that's appeared so far. I can't remember what you're gonna do with that number. Gosh dang it. So I'm obviously you would debit the cash and the supplies for those two amounts, right? Easy. And then the third thing, due from parking fund will actually be also debited. Doesn't that count as accounts receivable or something? But anyways, it's like due from parking fund is going to be that one. Good. And then the remainder represents fund balance. But don't you also have the 23,000 that they mentioned? Okay, so they have the 23,000 somewhere, and then they have two different classifications, non-spendable and unassigned. And they classify the open on the contract. Open on the contract, they classify it as committed fund balance. And then, so which of these amounts are classified as unassigned and non-spendable? They classified the supplies as non-spendable, and then the entire remaining amount is unassigned. So I think I somewhat understand it. Gosh dang it. So that's entirety for number 1. Number 2. And number 1 was kind of like an opening entry, so anyways. Does this all count as interfund? Because it's they didn't even say what the BCWLP was. But how are you supposed to just know that that's another governmental fund? Because they didn't even mention that until the next one. Right? Because BCWLP was the next fund, wasn't it? Yeah, it literally says it right there. What the heck? Okay, so do you just say that you have these expenditures? No, wait, no. Because the 1.6 million is expenditures. What is all the other three amounts? Gosh dang it. Well, I'll have to look at it. What the heck? They just don't even label it. They just label it as general operations, public safety, education. What the heck is that? Now this is where I would be. That's what I was just reading about in the book, though. What? Wasn't I just reading that somewhere? Gosh dang! How am I going to find this again? These are like classifications or something. We have general operations, public safety. Okay, so general government is probably the same thing as general operations. And education? They don't have education? What the heck? Oh. Where's education? Oh no. Okay, we'll go back. Due to BCWLP fund. General operations, public safety, education. due to BCWLP fund. And then they paid it, so their due to is going to be reduced because that's kind of a liability, and then you decrease the liability, decrease cash to pay on those accounts. We finished 2. Number 3, levied property tax. Okay, this we've done before. We've done this before. Levied property tax, uncollectible property tax. This much was collected during the year. This much is identified as uncollectible and written off. Okay, so this is not quite the same as before. That was funny. Of the remaining collectible balance, this much was collected in each subsequent month. So yeah, that's the one where you kind of have to do some calculations and stuff, where I'll probably start it, and I know how to do it. I'm just not working through it right now. At least I think I know how to do it. But I'll put a star next to it anyways, just so I can maybe work through it at some point. But first of all, if you levy the property tax, you're going to have $7.4 million. Property tax receivable is $7.4 million, right? That's the first one you write. Yes, property tax is receivable, and then $222,000 is going to be uncollectible property taxes. Oh, come on! It says uncollectible property tax is receivable. Are you kidding me? And then the difference between them is going to be property tax revenue. Property tax revenue. Good. Right? That's that. And then now you've collected this much property tax, so therefore you're going to increase cash by 606. Right? And then property tax receivable. Yes, I was right. I'm actually kind of getting this. That was funny. Okay, and then now writing off $208,000 as uncollectible. Well, so we have uncollectible. So what do you like undo that uncollectible or something? Hey, I was correct. You actually decreased that $222,000 by $208,000. What's the other one? Property taxes receivable. you, weirdly enough, increase it. Oh, wait, no, decrease it. Decrease the property taxes receivable and decrease the uncollectible property taxes receivable, and you just write it off. You just eliminate it from your books. That was funny. So anyways, I was kind of correct on that, wasn't I? Well, that was funny. Is that all for 3? No. Of the remaining collectible balance, and then this is the one where you have to do a bunch of math. So I will put a star next to that. Now it's on to 4. Don't look at the answer I accidentally saw. It's cash. Gosh dang it. Oh, come on. Wrong one. Dang it. I don't have enough space on my table. On January 1st, the county purchased a building valued at $2.79 million and equipment. Guess what, folks? If you purchase this building and equipment, it will count as capital outlays. It will not count as land and equipment, and it will also, because you're doing modified accrual, and you are going to not record depreciation on that. You will only record it at the government-wide level. We don't care about the expected usage life. Okay, so the information about the bond payments will be important for future questions, but not for this particular question. So first of all, I remember doing this in class, actually. I was kind of able to figure it out a little bit. That's funny. Because honestly, it's a little bit similar to regular accounting, but isn't there a capital outlay? Is there? No, there's not. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's gotta be. Wait, I'm going to try to figure out. The first journal entry is what? Purchase, yes. Do you do the bond one first? Oh, come on. I'm gonna hope it's the bond first in terms of the order. Gosh dang it. Issued bonds. Oh. Okay, so first of all, it's going to be issuing bonds. How do you record the issuance of bonds? Well, I bet it's completely different from regular accounting, because of course it is. Or is it? Because in regular accounting, you would receive cash, and then you would have bonds payable. So and you would do it at the value of the building, which was 2.79. So let's see here. Instead of bonds payable, so I guess this is because it's a fund level accounting, instead of saying bonds payable, although I think you would transfer it to bonds payable to government wide or something, but bond because it's a fund level accounting, you would actually do bond proceeds instead. That was funny. So, anyways, and how come they did 3.75 million? I thought it was going to be 2.79 million. Are you kidding me? What the heck? Are you serious? The question specifically says to purchase the building, not to purchase the equipment. Oh, come on. But they do this number plus this, right? What is 790 plus 960? Okay, let me just do a stupid calculation. Yep, that's how they got that number. Why did they add it? The question says it to purchase the building. So why would they issue the bonds for both the equipment and the building? Are you kidding me? Man, that sucks. Are you serious? Why? Okay, is there another entry here? Yes. So if they bought the building and equipment, do you just do capital outlay? Okay. Please tell me it's capital outlays. I mean outlay. Wait. Because I keep saying lays, and it's probably not that. Let me look at previous ones. Oh, come on! They are inconsistent as to whether they use the term capital outlays or capital outlay. This is awesome. Oh, well, let's just say capital outlays. So we're going to have 3.75 million. And capital outlays is going to be the debit. And what's the credit? I don't know. Well, we're just looking at it. Idiot. It's cash, you stupid idiot. Oh. I accidentally saw the next one is transfer out. Gosh dang it. Because I was seeing if there was any more for 4. Well, anyways. Number 5. I'm seeing a lot of patterns and a lot of stuff that's repeating, at least, between the different funds, so at least there's that. I'm not gonna get a 0 on the midsection. There's no way of getting a 0 at this point. Like if I was to just stop studying right now, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get some stuff right in the middle section of the test. Right? Because even if it's a fund that I didn't study at all, I feel like there's still going to be stuff that's repeating this whole time. Okay, number 5. On January 1st, the county established the Blue County Water, Light, and Power BCWLP company. They call it a company. That has to mean it's an enterprise fund. Why would they call it a company? I mean, at least I can get the county transferred $600,000 to the BCWLP fund as a contribution to the BCWLP. So, anyways, would you like to say, that's a non-exchange transaction? Oh. So, I already saw it was transfer out. Well, general fund transfers money out of it. Therefore, a transfer out is it's a little bit like an expense, but actually, would it be classified as an other financing use? I think. But it's basic. It kind of works the same way as an expense. So, transfer out, and then cash. That's pretty easy. Wow, that's easy. Okay, that's easy. Number 6. On January 15th, the government received and paid off an invoice for $23,002 related to all of the encumbrances recorded that was related to the previous fiscal year. This invoice represented general government costs. So would it just be general... Oh, come on. They literally used the term general operations earlier. Please tell me that general operations and general government are the same thing. So if you receive the invoice... Oh, they paid off the invoice. So obviously cash is credit. Cash is credit. And then what would you count as the debit? Well, wouldn't this count as an expenditure? Like expenditure for general government or something like that? So I'm assuming that's an expenditure. It says general government. And of course, general operations and general government aren't the same thing. Like, of course they aren't. Of course. Are you serious? Why? Wait. Well, at least I got it right, though. Oh, my gosh. No. Oh, no, seriously? That's not all for 6? Wait a minute. Wait just a second. How is there more? You have to do more stuff for 6? What does that mean? Oh, yeah, this is the one I was really confused about earlier. Like, I wasn't sure if... Is this the one I was thinking of? Where I wasn't sure if that was related to 6? Yeah, that for sure. This is weird. Like, where are they getting the 23,612? Okay, so they got that from earlier in the problem. So that's where that's coming from. It says, during the previous year, the county had entered into a contract with a consultant to review its operations. At the end of the year, 23,612 remained open on the contract. And then, how are you supposed to connect that with number 6? How? How are you supposed to connect those two things? It says all of the encumbrances recorded that was related to the previous fiscal year, and the other one says During the previous year, the county had entered into a contract with the consultant to review its operations. At the end of the year, this much remained open in the contract. So that's how you connect the two things. So what do you do with the 23,612? You delete it from one thing and you reassign this amount to a different thing. So what do? Well, previously it was assigned as a committed fund balance, but now you take it out of the committed and put it in unassigned. Weird. Okay then. And you don't even take a difference between that and the 2302? They just took the 23,612 that they had as committed and changed it from committed to unassigned. Like there's no difference between that and the 2302. Whatever. Okay. Don't have time to learn why that's the case. Anyways. 7. Does it even have the composers here? No, it doesn't. I literally don't have the composers' names. Well, that's too bad. That's funny. I think I downloaded these directly from YouTube. That's why I don't have any information for them. Or did I? I don't know. I mean, these look like YouTube titles. It's been getting harder and harder to download videos from YouTube using the random websites that you can find just from a basic Google search. You have to scroll to like the third page of Google results to find one. That was fun. So, I mean, how else am I supposed to get my music? Like, gosh dang it, man. So, number 7. On February 1, the county received a cash grant of $1.5 million from the Red government, a federal government, to assist its general operations. A grant. What is a grant? Isn't that just money that you get? It has no restrictions. Okay, receive the cash is debit. And then what's the credit? Intergovernmental revenue. Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that. Okay then. Well, at least it's simple. It's just 1.5 million cash, intergovernmental revenue. And that's the first 7, right? That's... We're now starting on number 8. I wonder why... That was funny. That was funny. That's cool. On April 1st, the county's commissioners decided to build a new school with an estimated cost of $5.5 million. The county transferred $500,000 to the school project fund. Transfer out, reduce cash. Easy. That's fine. That's it for number 8, right? Yes, that's it for number 8. Okay. And then number 9. Some of these are super easy. That was fun. During the year, the county took delivery of this in supplies. Okay, so, I mean, that's got to be the first. You can already do your first part of this entry, right? Increase supplies by this much. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Increase the supplies by this amount. But that's not the full entry, right? You have to get the rest of the information to figure out what to do next, right? No, of course not. The first entry is accounts payable. Like, I'm stupid. It's just the same as normal accounting. When you receive the supplies, that's just the same as normal accounting. Accounts payable. Gosh dang it, man. Account at year end indicated the county had consumed this much in supplies in the following categories. And we had an entry similar to this already near the beginning of this. What? Wait, or it's in a different question, I don't remember where. But here's how you do this. You are going to debit general operations, public safety, and education. What the heck? There's another entry before that. Oh. Okay, anyways. So, I'm totally gonna forget. So apparently every time you have received the supplies, you have to reassign something or other to non-spendable. Is it non-spendable? Yeah. So unassigned gets changed to non-spendable. Then you do the other thing I said. General operations, public safety, education, and then what is after that? Right, well, first of all, finish this entry, just add them all up, and it's going to be what? Cash. Wait, no, not cash. It's going to be what? No, first of all, supplies. Oh my gosh, why am I so stupid? That's the same as normal accounting, except instead of calling it supplies expense, they're just calling it by the specific names. Dude, stop being stupid. And this next one is they paid the cash to the vendors. It's going to be accounts payable, right? This is just normal accounting stuff again? No! Again, it's not. Like, actually I was correct in that one, but there's another one I have to... Dude, whenever you have supplies, apparently you always have supplies. If you ever change the supplies account, you also have to change the non-spendable account every single time. Jeez. Okay. Then you do accounts payable cash. And that's it. And I accidentally saw the first part of 10. And 10 goes on to the other page, which is so fun. So I have to get this other page. And we're getting through general fund. And also, I don't think I've had a single fund yet that's an enterprise fund. Like, the accounting is the same so far for everything. At least that's what I'm seeing so far. It's like, it's not like there's a difference between different types of governmental funds. The county charged fees of this related to building inspections. What? The fire department. This is confusing. I'm just going to look at the answer. Okay, so increase cash. Yeah, because it's a fee. Increase cash. Charges for services, public safety. And switch out paper. Actually, Number 11. Thank goodness this is the longest one. Like, this is going to be the worst one to do out of all of them because there's 17 questions and I'm on number 11. The county charged miscellaneous fees. Again, it's just charging fees, again, to students. Increase the cash and charges for services. Education. I got it exactly correct. Spit. That was 11. Number 12. Long. Oh, complicated question. I might just literally skip it entirely. For now. Oh. I'll at least look it over, but I'm totally ready to start next to it. Payroll. Follow its payroll schedule during the year. The schedule calls for the county to pay its employees for work performed in the current month. Oh, jeez. Man, I hope this is on the test. Man, this payroll is just such a headache. Did I have that the last intermediate accounting test? Can I just do those monthly costs first? Oh no, I can't because they're monthly costs. You have to multiply it. Well, don't you just multiply it by 12? I remember trying to do this in class one time. Okay, so we're just going to look at the answer. That's a long answer. Oh, jeez. Are there any numbers that translate directly into there without having to do any math? Let's see. 139, 129. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, no. This is bad. Not even the vacation days. Oh. How did you get 1.3 million? Wait, vacation was 64,900. Where'd you get that number? Wait, the difference between the used amount and the earned amount? Wait, please tell me that's what that is. Yeah, I might just have to entirely skip the complicated ones because I just don't have time. Nope, we have 39,000, which doesn't appear anywhere on here. Wait, 39,000 times 2? No. Oh, man. That's great. I may have worked it out a little bit in class. I might have to look back at that. If I even go back to this question, not a single number that's in the journal entry is in the question. Oh, man. Yeah, that's probably going to be the hardest one. Jeez. Wait, am I drawing the stars on the answers or on the questions? Wait just a second. I'm drawing it on the answers. Should I be drawing it on the questions instead? I don't know. I'm drawing it on the answers. Whatever. 13. During the period, the Green State shared revenue with the county from sales taxes. Again, it's intergovernmental revenue. Intergovernmental revenue. The one where the federal government paid them, gave them a grant, that's intergovernmental revenue. The one where the Green State gives them revenue from sales taxes, intergovernmental revenue. 14. That's funny. The county's general government employees perform services for the parking lot valued at this every month. What would that normally be? In normal accounting, it would be like revenue. Wouldn't it be revenue? So I don't know. Let's just see what the answer is. And we got through the first 2 pages of the answer key. So we're on number 14. Well, that's the first entry. Cash increased by 3,000. Well, come on, man. What about the services though? They don't count. They don't even mention the services, service revenue or anything like that. I guess it's what? Wait a minute. How do you get cash and yet you have? Oh wait. This makes absolutely no sense. What is this? This makes no sense. You can't receive cash and also have $3,000 due from the parking fund. That doesn't make any sense. That's like increasing 2 assets at the same time. What is that? That doesn't make sense. That's the first time I've seen something on here where it's like, this has got to be incorrect. That can't be right. A due from parking fund is kind of like an accounts receivable. What? What the heck is that? That cannot be right. That cannot be right. Come on. You didn't receive the $3,000 in cash yet. Wait, let's see. Wait a minute. What? No, that's per month. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Like, that journal entry, again, it doesn't make any sense. You're receiving cash and you're receiving an accounts receivable. Oh, wait, I'm done. Wait a minute. That's decreasing an accounts receivable. I'm stupid. Wait a minute. That's to record the receiving of the $3,000. Okay, so I guess you don't record the service revenue because it's not accrual based, or it's not like full accrual. Or I mean, I don't know what you would do for full accrual, but it's not like regular accounting where you record the service revenue and accounts receivable. But apparently, the accounts receivable is already recorded, so you're just recording the receiving of the cash. Okay, I'm stupid. So I accidentally was an idiot. They decreased the due from parking fund, not increased it. Why did I think they increased it? What the heck? But wait just a second. What? But why would you record only 1 month here? Increase it by this. Okay, weirdly enough, they're like, okay, so the number of months that is here is 12. And there's yet another entry. Oh. Dude, what? Oh, come on. This is so confusing. I wonder if the 3,000 here is like the previous year's. That must be from the previous year. I think that's what they're talking about there. So the 3,000 at the beginning is just the previous year. Yeah, but then what the heck is the 33 at the end? Oh, I think I get it. Because, like, the very last month of the year. Wait a minute. How is there. And the reason it's 12 months. Oh, dude. Stupid. Okay, I understand. The first entry is they receive the payment for the 12th month of the last year. Then the second entry is that they perform the services. And performing the services was no. Ah, wait a minute. What is general government payroll? What is that? What is that? What type of account? Received the 11 months worth of cash due from parking fund and decrease the due from parking fund. So 14 might be a star. Like, I don't know. Should I star that one? That one's kind of a weird one. Like, I don't know if I'm going to remember it. Cash due from parking fund. Due from parking fund. General government payroll. Cash due from parking fund. I'm not going to star it. 15. We only have 15, 16, and 17, and then we're done with the general fund, finally. Dude, I'm not even going to be halfway done with this, am I? I'm actually going to be, like, almost exactly halfway done. Once I'm finished with this, that's a good night. Ooh, that was funny. On November 1st, November 1st is the first day of the last month of the year for this particular government. Ordered new police cars. They have not been delivered. Hold up. If you ordered them, do you not record it yet? Because you didn't actually receive them and you didn't pay the cash? Did you pay the cash? It didn't say if it paid the cash yet. I'm going to say no entry for 15. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So it has nothing to do with cash. It has to do with the committed and unassigned fund balance. Okay, then. You increase the committed fund balance. They committed this $230,000 to ordering new police cars? Dude, I'm going to be so confused by this. Oh, man. The county had transferred this much in cash to the debt service fund. Well, does that mean transfer out? Is that just as simple as transfer out? Cash? Yeah. And I remember already that number 17 is no entry. Because it's accumulation, it's depreciation, you don't have an entry. And then you have a closing entry. Okay, the closing entry probably is going to add, I don't know, maybe I don't have to start. So, all of the accounts that are going to be revenues or expenditures are going to be canceled out. So, property tax revenue is what would you call it? Property tax revenue is closed. Bond proceeds. Now, bond proceeds is in place of bond payable, and they count bond proceeds as kind of a revenue, sort of like a revenue. So bond proceeds, intergovernmental revenue is pretty easy. Charges for services is kind of like a revenue. Charges for services. And then you have expenditures of general government, public safety, education, capital outlays, transfers out. And then there's no... Dude, there's only unassigned fund balance left over? Oh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, how am I supposed to know that? How? How am I supposed to know that? Oh my goodness. Am I gonna star this? Nah, not going to. And we have completed. We only counted that as 17, unfortunately. Didn't we? Did we? Yeah, we did. 17. So we have to add 17 to this. It's going to be 32. And then subtract 17 from this. So it's going to be 38, 31. And then how many stars did I have? Okay, there's one here. One there. There's only 2? That's actually amazing for the 17 question fund problem. There were only 2 questions where it involved complicated calculations that I didn't feel like going through. That's actually not too bad. Okay then. But one of them was huge. It was the payroll problem. That's going to be a huge pain to try to do that. I don't know if I'm even going to try it. Man, it's going to be so funny. He has that on the test. Like, jeez. It's going to be so much work. Like, I'm afraid of spending time on it because I'm afraid it might not even be on the test. I'd probably just be better off studying other stuff. And if it's on the test, then whatever. Just do well in the rest of it. That was 2 more stars to add. Surprisingly, only 2. How is it only 2? We have surprisingly completed. Oh, I haven't walked out with this piece of paper yet. We have surprisingly completed the 17 question thingamajig. General fund. These are the ones I've completed. So we have basically gotten about halfway done, which is kind of insane. It took me 3 hours to get halfway through all the questions. That's not too bad. I mean, as long as I go through all of them at least one time, I'm not completely screwing myself over. Huh. How many more funds do I have to get through, though? 1, 2. Oops. 1. What? Oh, the first one is 13 questions. Are you serious? 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have 4 more funds to get through. I've gone to a total of 3. Dude, that means there were a total of 7 funds. How was I so incredibly off on my estimation of how many funds I would have to study? There's only 7. I estimated between 10 to 15. How was I so incredibly wrong? What? Are you kidding me? The Blue County one had 5, and the Browntown one had 2. How was I so incredibly wrong? Okay. So out of the 7 funds, I think he said there's only going to be 1 on the test. Watch it be the general fund. Well, at least I went through the general fund. I'm going to go through all of these. I mean, come on, Professor, just give us the general fund. It's like the most complicated one. It's the one that involves the most stuff, and like is like the biggest fund in the government. Like I feel like it's the most important one. Just give us the general fund on the test, but don't give us 17 questions. Well, at this rate, I will have gone through all the questions. I mean, let's say I take an hour break. I mean, I'm just going to eat dinner, but 9, 10, 11. That will give me an additional 3 hours to go through the starred questions and also review the questions again, but I don't know. So anyways, I have to go through 4 more funds and a total of 31 more questions.